Rise of Destiny was released in December 2004. It was the first ever set to have a sneak preview event, an event that took place 1 week before release where you could visit participating game stores, purchase packs early, and play with the new cards. Notable cards in this set include Thestalos the Firestorm Monarch, Dekoichi the Battle-Chanted Locomotive, Machine Duplication, Monster Reincarnation, and of course, Divine Wrath. In this series, both Nyhmnim and myself will be opening 24 booster packs or 1 box of a core Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster set. We will build a deck and play a best 2 out of 3, and the winner will receive a small prize to upgrade their deck. However, in each episode, we will open another box of the next set that was released, moving in chronological order, constantly upgrading our decks before dueling each other at the end of each episode. This is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression Series. Oh my god, dude, that was horrifying. Gage actually resolved Chaos Emperor Dragon, and it literally came down to a top deck war, and if it wasn't for his bad sequence of draws after that, he could have easily taken that round. So if that's what I have to look forward to for the next 70 plus episodes, it's going to be a struggle, that's for sure. But we do have to claim our prize for winning this round, so let's go ahead and see what we get this time. Oh, getting into the wild cards here. Oh, looks like it's going to be just barely on wild card commons. So let's go ahead and pull up Soul of the Duelist and see what we can get. So I'm looking at some of the rare cards here, and unfortunately, there really isn't too much that I don't already have. I could just pick up another Mystic Swordsman level 2, I suppose. I believe I already have a playset of Ninja Grandmaster Sasuke, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and pick this copy of Mystic Swordsman level 2, because everything else isn't really too great. I could pick up another Horus the Black Flame Dragon if I want to just go and have some fun. But yeah, I think Mystic Swordsman level 2 is probably going to be our best bet.
All right, we're back at it again, this time with Rise of Destiny, released December 1st, 2004. Another year of Yu-Gi-Oh! Just gone like that. It's amazing how fast we run through with this progression series. Alex gets the opportunity to upgrade his Mystic Swordsman again to a level 6, but also Silent Swordsman joins the battle as well with level 3. We extend our Monarch package, this time including Thestalos, the Firestorm Monarch. I liked this one a lot back in the day. Tribute summon, discard a card from your opponent's hand, and if it was a monster card, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original level times 100. I think Mobius just might be a little bit better, but I do like Thestalos as well. Dekoichi is a sick new flip effect monster that joins the battle with the flip effect of draw 1 card and then draw 1 additional for each other Dekoichi, the frightening card, which we're not going to play that shit. The fact that Dekoichi just cycles itself for 1 card, it's a dark, it's a level 4, 1400 attack is actually even respectable, so it's just not a bad flip effect monster. Darkblade, the Dragon Knight, becomes another decent metamorphosis target for the level 6 pool. Inflicting battle damage, you can banish 3 monster cards, which becomes pretty handy when we're dealing against chaos monsters like Alex's 3 Chaos Sorcerer that he happens to have in his main deck. Gives us another option other than Ryu Senshi. Can't be too bad. The last one I want to point out is just Divine Wrath, which is a counter trap when a monster effect is activated, discard a card, negate the activation, destroy the monster. This is a pretty good removal. The fact it's a counter trap also slams as well. In the super rare slot, it might be a little bit more difficult to get, but I do think this is something that would be a shoo-in for the main deck if we pick it up. That being said, let's waste no more time and open 24 packs of Rise of Destiny.
So we did get a super rare, Tragedy, not a particularly great super rare, so not really much to talk about here. Funny enough, I think the best card in here is actually this trap over here, and I'm going to butcher the name of it. I think it's Jing Zhen Hu, but basically it's a continuous trap, and you activate it by targeting 2 set spell and traps, I believe, that the opponent controls, and as long as this card stays active, your opponent cannot activate either of those traps. So it's not really removable necessarily, but it's a way that Gage and I could potentially freeze one another's back row and make it just clear a path essentially for us to be able to go ahead and do whatever plays that we want. So again, it isn't full-on back removal. It's not like MST or, you know, anything crazy like that, but in our format, this actually isn't too bad. So there's our first ultra rare of the set, Silent Swordsman level 3. For people who don't know, the Silent Swordsman are one of my favorite sets of cards of all time, for no particular particular reason. I just think the artwork is badass. But Silent Swordsman level 3, it's a cool pickup. I don't know if we're going to be playing Silent Swordsman anytime soon. I think 7 actually was a video game promo, so we're guaranteed never going to play that. But another interesting card here, back to square one. So at the cost of discarding a card, we get to target a monster on the field and put it on the top of the deck. So this is a very nice piece of removal that doesn't destroy, but it actually resets, so it kind of sets them back a turn. So this is actually a fairly decent card.
Pack number 1. Can I get a good one? Sure can't. Machine Duplication, not the craziest card right now, but I will admit, later on in the series, this card is going to shine. BES, Big Core. That's our first super rare. This card is garbage. I do not plan to play it. Triangle Ecstasy Spark, man, we're just building those Harpy ladies, clearly. Unfortunately, you can't activate an effect that you can't resolve, so if I'm not playing Harpy Lady Sisters, which, by the way, we did pull a copy, if I'm not playing Harpy Lady Sisters, we're not going to be able to use Triangle Ecstasy Spark.
Another super rare, Pikaru's Circle of Enchantment. Again, probably not going to see the light of day whatsoever, but cool to see a super rare. Darkblade the Dragon Knight's actually a Metamorphosis target, and it's dark, so this might actually make its way into the deck. Even if I'm not playing Metamorphosis, it's better than like half the other fusion monsters that I have. Oh, this is a huge pickup. This might be one of the best cards in the set for us, Divine Wrath. So it's a counter trap card, and at the cost of discarding a card, when a monster activates its effect, you can negate it and destroy the monster. So this is technically a way I can combat Chaos Emperor Dragon, or really a ton of Gage's effect monsters. This might be one of the first actual pieces of effect negation that Gage and I are actually going to have access to. I am super happy to have pulled this. Big pull. Oh my god, we got it. Yes. Okay, so the card I was most excited about getting, actually Divine Wrath might have been better, but I think this is, if not second place, first place, Dokoichi, the Battle Chanted Locomotive. This is just a rare, so that's why I felt it was going to be a fairly good chance we were going to get it. It's a level 4 dark machine monster, 1400 attack, 1000 defense, so the stats are okay, but if it's flipped face up, you get to draw a card. That's all it does. It's one of the most simplest cards ever, but it is so good for us. Just free card draw on a body, and if it survives a turn, then you can just attack into something with it. Like, what more could you really ask for?
Oh man, look at that, an ultimate rare. That means so much in an online simulator. Another one, maybe I should just play Harpy Ladies. Negating all my opponent's traps seems pretty good. I have the Harpy Lady Sisters too, dude. I could actually play it. Oh, Thestalos, the Firestorm Monarch. Yeah, we're getting all the Monarchs, dude. I'm just gonna play Treeborn Frog once we get it too. I'm guaranteed to get that, right? These Monarchs, baby, they just keep getting better and better. If only we had Soul Exchange or something like that. I think you could only get that in like a structure deck. Oh, Soul Exchange would be nuts. All right, coming on to the last 2 packs. I haven't pulled a Dokoichi, which is unfortunate. I really wish I could have. Maybe we can turn that luck around with the last 2 here. Maybe? I mean, Mystic Swordsman level 6. At least I got it and Alex didn't, huh? And the last pack, Rise of Destiny. Nothing special. Still, I'm pretty okay with this opening, though. Can't complain when I pull the next level of my Monarchs in there. Thestalos, welcome to the main deck, buddy. Let's get building.
Oh man, talk about nostalgia. Thestalos, the Firestorm Monarch. The thing is, I don't know how good this is. I also got another Nightmare Penguin. But the thing is, when it comes to Thestalos, is like, back in the day, Thestalos was great. I mean, basically, this card just reads, rip a card out of your opponent's hand. It also does damage based off the monster's level if it's a monster. But like, is that good? Like, obviously, when you're building around Monarchs, it's a lot easier to kind of account for these types of things, but I'm not sure how good Thestalos really is, because a tribute summonable monster actually requires a lot in our format, and yeah, you could make the argument that this is basically White Magical Hat that's a 2400 body, and also doesn't require me attacking Gage, but it only happens once, but I guess any opportunity to get Chaos Emperor Dragon out of Gage's hand might be worth running Thestalos. This is our last pack. Like I said, if I can just get a second Dokoichi, I will be so happy. But otherwise, I think I did pretty okay. Let's see. Oh my god, I actually pulled the creator. Wow. Was not expecting that. I'm not going to be playing the creator because it's not really that good of a card, but talk about nostalgia, that's for sure. But in any case, that's going to do it for our polls. We've got some deck building to do, so let's dive right in.
All right, did a little bit of tweaking to the deck, and I'm kind of happy with it, although there's something I'm a little bit worried about, but I want to give it a test with this. I decided to cut Injection Fairy Lily and Bazoo just because I felt like the cards didn't do enough. I got to win one time off the back of Injection Fairy, normal summon and dealing 3,000, but that was like a once in a billion chance, and it's never happened before again. Alex also plays triple Sakuretsu armor, I'm pretty sure, so the fact that he always has one in the back row, normally things like Injection Fairy Lily or Bazoo just aren't going to be able to get their attack through. So I put That's the Loss in the deck, but that puts me up to like 4 tribute summons. That's the Loss, Mobius, Zaborg, and Jinzo. They're all really good, but the fact is I want to make sure I have enough monsters to be able to tribute for them. Even if I summon like Chaos Sorcerer and then use Chaos Sorcerer's effect, tribute it for one of these guys, it's still pretty good, I'd like to think. I threw one back to square one in the deck. I had Tribute to the Doom, but I threw back to square one in the deck because I think this card's better, and if I can stack like a card like Jinzo or like I said, a flip effect monster, it's going to set Alex back a turn, giving me an additional turn to be aggressive. I decided to put my one Compulsion too because I think balancing a flip effect monster, again, it's a huge tempo play that I'm allowed to then be aggressive by summoning something and then getting some damage in. Also, it's just a pretty good defensive trap card as well, I like to think. Speaking of defensive trap cards, Wall of Revealing Light, I did take a page out of Alex's book. I really liked how this card performed on his end in our matchup, so I think I want to throw it in myself. I can pay the 2,000 and that nullifies literally everything in his deck until he can draw his Chaos Sorcerer to be able to out it, and his Mobius that he pulled last episode too. The side deck has been changed a tad bit too. I decided to bump the Curse Seals to the side deck. I think I said that last episode. I just don't have enough good spells to be able to discard for it. None of these spells I actually want to discard as well, so this card normally ends up being dead. Magic Drain just serves the purpose better. If he doesn't have a spell in hand, it negates it, or if he does, it costs him an extra card to be able to resolve it, and unless the card's game ending, maybe I can take a turn to come back and, you know, sweep it up. Xing Zhen Hu is actually in the side deck too. Wow, call me the Rapscallion, dude. That was hot. Target 2 set spell or trap cards. They can't be activated. Of course, it's not as good as a card like Mobius, but I feel like Alex is going with a huge beefed up strategy of just a whole bunch of back row because he knows I don't have the removal to out it. So I think having this card being able to freeze 2 of them, like 2 Sakuretsu armors, or like a Book of Moon and something else too, it might come in handy. King Tiger Wang, who's also in the side deck now, I know a lot of his stuff is small, but I don't want to throw it in the main deck in case I get caught with my pants down and he goes with a completely different strategy. Oh yeah, I cut Reasoning too because that card literally never resolves, even though this deck has a whole bunch of different levels. I don't get it, but hey, it is what it is. Right, I'm ready to play. Let's give Alex a smashing. This episode's super important. I want those packs.
All right, guys, so here's the deck we are taking to today's duel. Admittedly, we don't have too many changes. I think with each of these coming sets, the changes are going to be very incremental unless we decide to just completely revamp our strategy altogether, which is possible. It kind of just depends on how we decide to metagame each other, so we'll see how that goes. But we're sticking with the old tried and true. So we've got the 3 Chaos Sorcerer. We threw in the 1 Dekoichi. No reason not to. This card is so good. We have the Exiled Force, the Gravekeeper's Guard, 2 Spy, Jinzo, 3 Magical Merchant. Decided to go all out on this because my spell and trap lineup is so strong, and just getting to these as quickly as possible I think is the best. Plus it's a light, so that doesn't hurt either. 2 Magician of Faith, the Mobius, the Mystic Swords in level 2, Knight Assailant, Ninja Grandmaster Sasuke, the Old Vindictive Magician, Sangan, the Tsukiyomi, and 2 copies of White Magical Hat. For the spells, 2 Book of Moon, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Painful Choice, Pot of Greed, Regeki, 2 Smashing Ground, and Snatch Steel. And then finally for the traps, 2 Bottomless, the 1 Divine Wrath. I swapped this out for my second copy of Sakuretsu armor. I think just having another inherent out to Chaos Emperor is way too good not to play, and I think Sakuretsu armor is kind of losing a bit of its flair right now. It's still an incredibly good card, but I think Divine Wrath, given the circumstances, is just slightly better. Then we have Imperial Order, Sakuretsu armor, Torrential Tribute, and a notable MVP as of late, the Wall of Revealing Light. Gotta say, this card has been putting in work. For the side deck, I moved one of the Old Vindictives to the side. I wanted to have this in if I know I'm going first, so then that way I can just set it turn 1, flip it, pop one of his monsters, and then tribute for something, or just get in with like White Magical Hat. I figured that's better going first than second because he has initiative, so I want to just kind of side for knowing when I'm going to go first rather than having this in. I've already got 1 and the Knight Assailant anyway, so I felt that that was plenty. The 2 Swarm of Locusts. I have Thestalos in the side as well. This is a card I really do not want to have if I'm going second, but I think going first, it's worth side decking in, because again, if I can have the initiative, set a monster, he doesn't do anything to it, and then I can sack for Thestalos, I think that is a very big power play, but I only want it in an instance where I know I'm going first. Cold Wave, the 2 Mask of the Accursed, the 3rd Smashing Ground, 2 Mind Crush, 2 Regeki Break, the Trap Does Shoot, and then a new addition, the 2 copies of Jingzhen Hu. I think I actually pulled multiples of these, but this is, I think, a very, very underrated card of this set, and could just be a way to potentially freeze all of Gage's back row if necessary. The thing is, I don't know what direction he's going to take this episode, but if he does start playing a lot of back row, this card can just be insane. So let's go ahead and see what happens. It is time to duel. So guys, before we get into it, I want to give a big shout out to all of our patrons over on Patreon that are pledging to support this series and are helping us get to being able to produce the series 2 times per week. That would be super exciting if we get there. But first, Gage and I want to shout out a random patron like we said we do. And for this episode, we have Tim X3. So thank you so much, Tim. You are awesome.
Tim, you're the man, dude. Tim, if you're watching, I got one question for you, dude. Did you try the name with 2 zeros and 1 0 and you had to end on 3? Is that how you got to that name?
Considering I have 8 O's in my name, I can't really
you can't really talk about it, yeah.
But the one thing I do want to say, though, Tim is actually a super rare patron and actually has 1 day early exclusive access to each of these episodes by being a super rare patron. So that's pretty cool. He gets to watch it before everyone else. But I want to say that the most exciting part about this episode is for the prize wheel, because Dark Beginning 1 is a set that some people were asking about. They're like, oh, Cimo, Gage, what about these reprint sets? And we didn't want to do an entire episode to them because that would be, broken, right, Gage?
Yeah, I'd say it'd be above average,
Yeah, I think so. Considering it would be like almost all the first 4 sets with all the banned cards just again, which some people might like that. It would be absolute chaos, but we wanted to, I guess, keep it a little bit balanced, I guess, if you want to call it that. So what we're going to do is, for this one special episode, the winner of the episode gets to open 3 packs of Dark Beginning 1 if they win that round and spin it on the wheel in place of the tournament packs. I think this is a little bit of a more exciting incentive, so that way you want to win the round. But also, it's a way to get some of those older power cards again. Dark Beginning 1 would have come out between Soul of the Duelist and Rise of Destiny, so I think this is a great opportunity. What do you think? Oh
yeah,
Dave?
no, I'm excited. It's like this pack's gonna matter. I think this is the only time on the wheel where instead of spinning for you don't want the tournament packs, I want those Dark Beginning packs because they're that good.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and it's 50% of the wheel, so it's very likely that you're going to hit that. It's going to be great.
Now watch. The winner of this episode, they're going to get it, and then they're going to spin for a secret rare wild card. And they're going to be like, the one time, dude, the one time.
Gage, this is your moment. This is your destiny to rise to. It is Rise of Destiny time.
I really, really feel like this is my episode, dude. And this episode's super important. I want those tournament packs. You got to get your grubby fingers off them at some time.
See, what I think is so fun is that, so you got the Chaos Emperors. You never used them in the actual episode. You pulled them. And then the Ancient Sanctuary episode, you actually summoned it. And then in the Soul of the Duelist episode, you actually resolved it. So maybe it's just like an incremental pathway that you're going to finally start getting your wins.
So now this episode, I'm going to do all 3 of that, and I'm going to win the match, too. That's that's how it'll work, right?
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to start with this rock, paper, scissors, which I'm inevitably going to lose. And, we got a tie. Okay, that's a first.
Oh!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, no pressure.
I don't know what to pick now. Oh my god, dude, come on!
No, come on!
Even with 3 redos, you couldn't do it. You tried.
That was the closest I'm ever gonna get.
Yeah. All right, Duelist, good luck.
Good luck to you as well. You're gonna need it if I'm starting off with Painful Choice.
Yeah, that's a pretty good card to start with, yep.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump a copy of Merchant. I'll go second Merchant, Old Vindictive Magician. I'll go Tsukiyomi, and I think I'll go ahead and throw in your favorite card of all time. I'll put White Magical Hat in the grave as well. If you want to give that to me again, like that one game, I would be very grateful for that.
I don't know. It depends. That's a lot of flip effect monsters you threw in the bin to throw the Tsukiyomi out there, too.
I do have multiple Tsukiyomis, though.
You do. You have 2 of them. Oh, man. If you hire one and have that Raigeki, that White Magical Hat's going to suck. You know what? You could have the Tsukiyomi.
Okay. I will take it. Thank you for your painful decision. I will just go ahead, and this is probably not what you want to see. Set a card.
Oh, uh-huh. Okay.
And set another card. Go ahead.
Draw. Interesting. That is a good draw. All right, so you didn't dump Night Assailant amongst your flip effects that you were picking out. That could be Night Assailant. Do I have the
Could be.
Well, I mean, first let me start off big with painful choice as well. You know, you're not the only duelist to have it. So
You know, it's only fair that you get to use painful choice as well. That's a good start for you, though.
it's not bad. I'll also dump both my merchants. I like that. I will dump Night Assailant. I'll also dump Spy, and I'm gonna throw a new card in the mix too. I'm gonna dump back to square one as a choice too.
Oh, so you're on the back to square ones, huh? Interesting. I will just go ahead and let you take that magical merchant.
All right, I will merch for sure. Awesome. So what is that face down? Could be Night Assailant.
Could be.
Could be the Tsukiyomi. If it's
Could
the
be.
Tsukiyomi, that's just even better for me. I'm gonna guess that's something with the flip effect. We're gonna summon this Sangan, and I'm gonna go battle phase. Let's get a peek at what it is.
So you were correct. It was a magical merchant.
Oh, okay, cool. So you can go ahead and merch. You're playing 3 of it now.
I am. I wanted to have those extra lights, and unfortunately, it looks like it's going to mill my whole deck for me. Oh my god, come on!
Oh, bro! Oh, you got it to Koichi, you legend.
I did. What is this?
Enjoy the Sakuretsu armor, dude.
God. It milled 7 monsters. Are you kidding me?
All right, so I'm not dealing with Magician of Fate the rest of the game. That feels pretty good. You only got one more. You got 2 more Chaos Sorcerers left in your deck. But hey, I'll take that. You know what? I'll go main phase 2. I will set a card. I'll just end.
That is absurd. I don't know how to feel about that. So let's just do what we got to do. I'm gonna banish a light and a dark.
Uh-huh.
Bring out Chaos Sorcerer.
You sure are, and you're gonna banish that Sangan, I'm guessing?
Of course.
All right.
Can't attack, unfortunately, so I will just actually set a couple cards face down, and I will pass the turn.
Okay, I'll draw. I will just set a card and end my turn. Not the most electrifying turn, but I think it's okay.
Okay, so that is like 90% chance a magical merchant. This is painful.
Could you say you have a painful choice?
That was awful.
It was bad. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you should consider deleting it.
I'm just going to see what this is. I'm going to attack.
Well, you did guess correctly. It is the merch. We got the mind reads all day, both of us.
right,
let's see if I not mill the majority of my deck.
I would be okay.
No, I
my
sure
God.
don't. That's a good pickup, too. I'll pick it.
I was waiting for you to mill double Emperor off of Merchant, and I would have felt so good about it.
I'm sure you would have. You would have been elated.
Yeah, I would have been over the moon. I guess I'll just pass. Go
All right.
ahead.
You already know I have it, too. I'm going to greed.
Go ahead.
Awesome.
Greed is good.
It sure is. Okay. I am going to activate the Smashing of the Ground, and I'm going to get rid of that Chaos Sorcerer.
I think in response, I'm going to activate Book of Moon.
Okay, thinking. 2,000, huh?
Not the easiest for us to get over.
Yeah, it's definitely not simple. What's in your deck?
I'm going to go with cards for 200.
Well, I
Alex.
mean, yeah, that's a good choice. There's at least 20 of them in there.
At least you don't have to worry about me decking you this
Right? Yeah, okay. I'm going to chain Magic Drain.
Okay, how much do I value Chaos Sorcerer? I feel like if you're activating Magic Drain, you don't have a very easy way to deal with Chaos Sorcerer. So I'm actually going to discard my Dark Hole and let my Book of Moon resolve.
Okay, that's fine.
So resolves, Chaos Dragon gets set, and back to you.
Okay, I will end up just setting and passing then. Go ahead.
That's what I like. I knew it. All right, we'll go to main one. We will start by flipping up this lovely Chaos Sorcerer, and let's try to get in and see what this is.
Okay, well, it is guard. I'm just going to bounce it back with guard.
You know, I'm actually perfectly fine with that, because now it's actually a little bit protected in my hand. I will go to main 2, set a monster, and pass the turn.
All right, I will draw for turn. All right, I feel like this is a good time as any to be able to do this.
Uh-oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking now. Hold on.
That could mean a myriad of different things that all end badly for me.
Yep, I will start by normal summoning Witch of the Black Forest.
I know exactly where this is going.
You sure do. I'm going to banish a light
and
a dark.
If you're normal summoning Witch, you want to have the insurance policy afterwards. Oh, God.
All right, Duelist, here's the big question. You got the bottomless for me?
Chaos Emperor Dragon resolves.
Oh, it does! Okay, well then, not using priority because I do not have it. I am still going to activate the effect of Chaos Emperor Dragon, and I'm going to send everything. Just get it all out of here.
Now, just because I didn't have something for the summon.
You have Divine Wrath. There's no way you got Divine Wrath, dude.
I don't have Divine Wrath.
Oh, I was gonna say you. Oh my god! I was like, that's the only card. The only card.
I just wanted to give you a heart attack. Okay, so we have what, 12 cards total. So I'm gonna take 3,600 damage from this.
Yep.
Okay, so everything go. You hit so many good cards.
Oh my, that feels. Oh, the wall and the Sakuretsu.
Oh, I saved the best for last for you.
Oh my god, that was great. All right, and then guess what, Alex? I get that Witch of the Black Forest too.
You do. I have a 1-turn reprieve, thankfully, because you already normal summoned. So hopefully I can get some good top decks here. But yeah, you resolve the Emperor. I told you. This is what I said at the beginning of the episode.
I'm just going to pick up another Witch of the Black Forest. Make sure I've always got some cards to work with here.
Okay.
And I will just end my turn then. Go ahead.
There is one card in particular that I really hope that I draw, and that was not it.
Oh, that's what I like to see. I'll draw. Oh my, is this game? No, it's not over already. I was going to say.
I was about to say game. What the hell did you draw?
Wait. Oh, this game is already over, Alex. I'm sorry,
you draw
dude.
The second Emperor?
I sure fucking did.
No
Banish,
way.
banish. And you know what? He's not just good because of his broken effect, but he's also good because he can attack in for 3,000.
Fuck, dude. Oh my god.
And in the main phase 2, I'm just going to close it out. Get out of here.
I drew Mobius.
Oh, that is not the card you want to see.
The worst card I probably could have drawn. Game 2, you got it. You got it. Unfucking believable,
Alex,
Gage.
dude, I hope you picked your last side cards as well as you could have. Because after that first game, dude, I feel like I can't lose. That was super clean. Oh, those two back row, the Sakuretsu wall revealing light. It's not enough. It's not enough.
It just doesn't doing it. I'm actually going to throw you for a curveball here. I'm going to go first.
Oh, I didn't see that one coming. Yep. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god, and that is literally not what I wanted at all. Okay, well, I will start by setting a card, and go ahead.
Wow. Okay, killer turn. I'm gonna draw. Stand by.
My sideboard plan may have fallen apart on me here.
All right, well, the biggest butt you have is like Gravekeeper Spy. So I'm gonna assume that might be one of your 3 magical merchants you have down there, and I'd rather not give you the opportunity to Tsukiyomi. So I'm gonna summon the Sangan, and we're gonna get in there.
Okay, that is actually a old Vindictive Magician,
okay,
so
and
I will
it'll
pop the Sangan, and you'll get a search.
All right, I'm okay with that. Very happy with it.
That's a good exchange for you, that's for sure.
I'll pick up Gravekeeper Spy.
Okay.
I'll just go to the end of my turn. Go ahead.
All right, we'll draw. Oh my god, come on. We got White Magical Hat.
Oh, okay, he's back. All right.
Field here.
Yep.
So I'm feeling pretty good about this.
1,000, and it's gonna matter a lot what you pick here.
1 through 6. We're gonna go for that one.
All right, that is a pretty good one. I kind of wanted to keep it. It's Tsukiyomi.
Okay, I mean that's not bad. It's okay. I will go to main 2. I will actually set a couple of cards, and I will pass.
I will draw. I'll just set 2, playing around the Imprim column, of course, and I will end my turn.
That's a big card we have to play around.
Yeah,
that's for sure. So I am like 99% sure that that's a spy. The question is, what can I actually do about it?
I mean, you got your Raigeki?
Because
Because I can answer that question real quick for you.
let's see what this is. I'm going to attack.
Well, you guessed right. Take 1,000.
It is spy. Okay, so I'm going to take 1,000 here, so we're even.
All right, and I'm just going to pull out another spy with it.
Sure. I will go to main 2. I kind of don't want you to have monsters because I don't want you to have like tribute fodder. Because you have Mobius. I know you play Zaborg as well. And you have Jinzo. And I don't know if you have Parshath in your deck still, but that could be a 4th tribute. That seems like a lot of tribute monsters though. So here's what we're going to do. I'm actually going to fire off a Smashing Ground.
Okay, that'll get rid of one of them.
I will let you pick which spy you want.
I'm sure it matters a whole bunch here.
You know what? Watch it matter. Watch it matter. I'm actually going to Snatch Steal your other spy.
Okay, weird choice, but I respect it. You can go ahead and take him.
And then since I have not normal summoned or set this turn, I will set a monster and I will set a card face down and then I will pass the turn.
All right, during my standby phase, I'm going to gain 1,000 life points because of your snatch steal.
Yes, you will.
Thanks, dude. And also, I'm going to make you extremely upset with a dark hole. Do I win? Is it that easy?
It's pretty good.
What'd I get rid of there? What's
and
the Oh, the
Magician
Magician of Faith, too. Yes, I'm very, very happy with that one.
That's why I made the play, because I figured as long as you don't have Dark Hole, I'm probably going to get Smashing Ground or Snatch Steal back.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather cut you off the tribute monsters.
I respect it. I'll end up just setting a monster and ending my turn.
All right, I will draw for turn. You have all darks in your graveyard. No lights yet. I think I will just set a monster, and I will pass a turn.
Thank you for doing that. I'll draw for turn. I will tribute my face down Knight Assailant for Zaborg.
I knew you had the tribute. I knew you had the tribute.
I sure did. And I'll get rid of that face down, whatever it is, with Zaborg's mandatory effect.
Was my other Magician of
Oh
Faith.
my god, get shit on, dude! No Snatch Steal again? Oh, this is looking great. I'll just go battle phase and try to go for 24. Hit me with Saku.
Nope, you got the 24.
Nope, alright. I'll just pass. Go ahead.
Okay, I will draw. God, this is not good. This is really not good. I'm just going to go ahead and Dark Hole.
Well, I'm sorry. I'll activate my body as a shield.
Wow. Okay.
Zaborg is sticking around.
Gauged with the defenses, I'll just set a card and pass.
I'll draw. You know, I'm more scared of Torrential Tribute now.
I think that's a very valid concern.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go battle phase since I know you might have a Saku, but better to have drawn it.
Sure. I'll take the 24.
Okay, cool. And then I will just set 2 cards, and I'll end my turn.
Okay, I will draw. I believe I will just set a monster and pass.
Oh my goodness, is this gonna be it? I'll draw. It might not be. That wasn't a crazy draw, but
I mean, if I still have Torrential, it's definitely not.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to flip up my Witch of the Black Forest.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. I'm gonna hope that back. Okay, we'll see if I can get over this, because then I can push for game with Zaborg.
It is Magical Merchant.
All right, get Merchant, bro. I hope one of these, this back row better be something good.
I get a pot of greed. It's a pretty nice one.
But the big question is, will it matter?
It does not matter.
Oh, the 2-0! The 2-0, baby! Oh my, I just needed this deck to actually work, and it did this time. Oh, I drew perfect. I still had the magic drain. I even sided this in, and I was like, if you add anything.
Wow.
I had, you also knew I didn't have any lights, but I had that too.
Sure. Well, you had Zaborg, but Zaborg had to get wiped for that to be live.
Yeah, that worked super well. What, did you have like a game plan after you Snatch Steal that guard, or were you just going to hold on to it?
So, no, my plan was to literally just hold it because I know you play a decent amount of tribute monsters, so my plan was to just hold it and then hopefully do something with it later, because once I had that out of the way, White Magical Hat could start getting in directly, and then even if you had another monster to set in defense, I could just start using Faith to start cycling back either Smashing Ground to just keep like smashing whatever and hopefully try to get in there, but it just didn't work out. I just had this hunch you had a tribute monster.
Oh, yeah.
And that you were gonna, because when you search Spy and then like that's all you did, I just had this feeling that's what you were trying to aim for.
Yeah. That was what exactly I was going for. I needed just another dude that could do something. I like top decked Witch for turn, but I was like, I'll pick up Spy too because it's just difficult to out if you don't have anything for it.
Yeah, I mean, you had Knight Assailant too, so like even if I did just attack with like White Magical Hat or something, I could have attacked like that, and you would have like popped White Magical Hat, so I'd still have Spy, but then like Faith could get back like Snatch if you popped your own Spy or just like whatever. So like I mean, I had plays, but I mean the Dark Hole, literally Dark Hole just ruined the whole thing.
Oh yeah. That what the Knight Assailant's actually pretty sick too, because it actually like counterplays around White Magical Hat. If you pitch it, I would have gotten back like a Spy, and that would have been huge. That would have been massive.
Right, because you would have still had that. So the unfortunate thing is I didn't have to. I could have had the Dark Hole resolve, but unfortunately I didn't put you on my body or magic.
Yeah, I wouldn't either because I only have one.
I side decked in these.
Oh yeah, but you have to target 2 for that to actually resolve too.
Right. I mean, I could have targeted my own one too, but I mean, yeah, you do have to target multiple, so that's the problem. But this was actually, so I made a joke about it in the first game, but I actually did get one.
You did get Divine Wrath, dude. I know that card's crazy, man.
So I did get one Divine. I didn't have it in the first game, but I had it in the entire time, game 1 and game 2, but I obviously just didn't see it the first game. But this time it didn't even matter. It was, I think I drew this the turn after you Zaborged me.
Oh, okay.
So like, it wouldn't have even mattered anyway.
Dude, Zaborg
that would have been a huge blowout if I would have had that.
Zaborg is so good. Like the fact that it can just pop face downs too. Like, oh, that.
Yeah, no, Zaborg has like always been good for that that reason. Like, it sucks it's mandatory, but the fact that it can take out, there's not a lot that we have that can take out face down defense position monsters without flipping them, right? Like, we don't have Noblemen of Crossout. We don't have, like, I don't know if Shield Crush was legal at this time, but like, that came out at some point around now. But like, yeah, like Zaborg, I think you have Tribute to the Doomed. Like, there's just so few cards that we have that can actually deal with it. And maybe I think I made the mistake opting to go first. So my plan was I actually side decked in a bunch of trap cards. Like, I sided in like, so I took out the battle trap. So I took out like Wall, I took out Sakuretsu, and my plan was I was going to bring in Trap Dust Shoot, the Mind Crushes, the Jingzhen Who's to like lock out your back row, so that way my plays could actually resolve, and basically just have all reactive back row, so that way if you did summon Emperor, I could stop it, but I could also try to stop you from getting to Emperor in the first place with like Dust Shoot, Mind Crush, all that. So I had like maybe like 10, 11 traps, maybe 12 in my deck after siding, but I just didn't see any of them in my opening hand. So I'm just like, wow, this is like gonna be so bad, because then I just kept drawing trap after trap, so it didn't matter.
I don't know. I don't think going first is still the right move because of how many good, like, powerful spells and traps. Like, we have Painful Choice, Pot of Greed, just like the bombs that you can draw. I think just getting the one extra card deeper in your deck can matter so much sometimes, because then you just like, you know, your 6th card is Painful Choice, and you're like, wow, I like, you don't have Painful Choice, I win the game then.
Well, I also feel too that with getting as just blown out as I did in the first game, I felt that I wanted to do something a little bit differently in the second game, but clearly that was the wrong decision. So I guess going second is probably best going forward.
Still, the thing is, you do have a lot of ways to out Chaos Emperor Dragon. Like, I had it in my hand for a few turns the last game, and like, I was worried about Bottomless Trap Hole, or like, once you flip that Book of Moon, I was like, oh, that's one of the outs you would have that now I can get around and stuff. But now that I know you have Divine Wrath too, that's even poopier, dude. That card's nuts.
So I also had this as well.
Well, you're not the only one that got one too.
Oh, you pulled a Thessalos
I got
as well?
Thessalos too. You know, I've gotten all the Monarchs so far. Oh, I sided it out. It's in my side deck now, but...
Oh, okay, yeah. So my plan was to side it in when I knew I was going to go first, because my plan was to like, okay, turn one, either set like Merchant or Vindictive, and then if you don't kill it, which typically you don't, then I flip it, get the value off that, then sack it for Thessalos. Thessalos can potentially rip Emperor out of your hand, and then I have a 2400 body on the field. So like that's just like all value right there. And again, it's like White Magical Hat, but it's like bigger. It is a tribute monster, but it's just another way to potentially rip Emperor out of your hand. So I'm like, I'll give it a shot, but obviously I didn't see it, so it didn't
So I was
matter.
reading Thestalos' old card text too, and it just says discard one card. It's kind of a shame it doesn't get the look of your hand. That would be maybe that card would be like the best in the game if you could just look in your hand though. Like back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, like that would be insane if it could. I mean, the fact that it's one random card doesn't matter. It's still decent. I mean, it's like, because at the very least you're getting the 1-for-1 value just off the tribute summon if the effect resolves, and then it can potentially get you more advantage if it just like is able to kill stuff in battle at that point just because it's big. Like Thessalos was used a lot back in the day. Maybe not as much as like Mobius or the other ones, but it still wasn't bad just for like hand control. Did you get anything else? I think you saw all the good cards because I only got one Decoy.
I didn't get
unfortunately
any Decoychis. That kind of made me upset. I actually didn't pull anything too crazy in this set. I think the only thing is like the Thestalos went into the main deck, and then like I changed a few things with the deck, but none of them from the recent set here. What else did I pull though?
I pulled a few hollows. None of the in my very last pack I actually pulled the Creator, which like it's cool, but like it doesn't really do anything.
He's not the greatest. He's not creating much.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we have reasoning, so like if you get lucky off reasoning, but like I don't think you're gonna play Creator just to hit it off reasoning. Like that doesn't fly.
Oh yeah. So I mean, besides Thestalos, the only two thing I got 2 Triangle Ecstasy Sparks. So I was like, I did have Harpy Lady Sisters, and I was like, oh man, could you imagine if I summoned Harpy Lady Sisters, Triangle Ecstasy Spark, and then Chaos Emperor Dragon? Like,
I mean, I think the comments would have just eaten you alive
my God,
if you would have tried that. But if you resolved it, you would have been like the hero.
Oh, I would have been the god, but I was like, nah, I kind of want to win this time.
So Gage is going to be having the opportunity to spin for those packs, and there's also the other wild cards, but I think given the fact that Dark Beginning 1 packs are on there and it's like a 50% chance you'll get them, I think you're going to be vying for that.
Oh yeah. I don't even like, there's everything in Dark Beginnings 1. I have a second chance at like Delinquent Duo. I've got a second chance at Noblemen of Crossout, right? Whew, they're crazy.
Yeah, that pack is crazy because it's just literally the first 4 sets of, I believe the first 4 sets, maybe the first 3. 3. I don't know, but there's pretty much almost every band card in there, and they're at lower rarities as well, so that means you could just pull them with
that's
ease.
even better. Yeah, I'm just looking, dude. This set's nut. Giant True Nate is a rare. Space Typhoon's a super rare.
Yeah, so you have chances to get those cards, which I never even had a chance to get.
Alex, you should be scared from now on, dude. That was the perfect showing of my Chaos deck. People rag on me all the time. They say this deck is trash and everything, but now look at it. Once it works like this, it's scary.
You didn't even need Emperor the second game.
I didn't. No, it's just this deck is just that good on its own, dude. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I think definitely I think the second game was definitely my fault, but that's okay. You know, you live and you learn. Apparently, second is still the meta, but I'm happy that you finally have a win.
Me too.
It's encouraging now that you can actually win regardless of the circumstances.
It was a long time coming, let me tell you. Finally got it.
It was the rise of your destiny.
Yep,
Gage.
and it's only going to get better with those Dark Beginning packs.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to see what happens. Flaming Eternity's next. Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys. I doubt we're going to play it, but it's kind of cool anyway. But guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this episode of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression Series. Hashtag Team Cimo, hashtag Team Gage. We're probably going to see a lot more Team Gage now moving forward, now that we saw the triumphant comeback here. So be sure to let us know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and we will see you next time.